All right, market update here on the 20th. So a lot of selling today. The VIX finished at the high of the day. That's something to note. Does that mean we're going to go higher on the VIX tomorrow? It could. Let's actually take a look at the VIX first on the daily time frame. I'm kind of curious where it's at. Standard deviation wise, we're kind of, well, let's go to the regular chart. We are kind of in the middle actually on the daily. So as you can see, if it went all the way up here to 35, it would be at the high end, but it would not be surprising. I would suspect that if we keep on going higher, we're going to go into this box. I think that's a daily supply zone. So yeah, the VIX is, get rid of these. On the 15-minute, we are at the very high. 30-minute, hourly, we're probably at the very high as well. It doesn't really matter that much though. Other than that's where it's been in the range for the last 3 or 4 months. It hasn't gotten really outside of this top area here on the 1 hour. So again, that does help somewhat because it kind of shows you where it's probably going to top out at. But we are due for some kind of sustained spike, so you never know. Let's get into the charts. So SPY obviously selling off hard, and right now in after hours or in pre-market it is at 426. That is actually the 1.61 fib that I highlighted in the last video as the maximum for this move to go down. So if this is going to be an ABC move and we're going to do this, then we need a bounce around this level. If it breaks through that, then I'm going to go ahead and say that we're probably in a fourth wave. That was probably a fourth wave right here, or a X wave. So it's either going to end up being WX with a Y potentially coming all the way down here to 402, or this is just finishing off an ABC move in which this is kind of like that. So if it comes down here and it plays out the Y wave, then that would make this just wave 1. This would end up looking like something like that. But if we just come down here and hit this box, then that's probably a wave 5 of ABC. So those are the two downside ways I look at it. So ABC, or the 1.61 fib of this A wave is where? Is right here at 417.5. So we'd probably have about 2.5% more down if this is going to be a 5-wave move. If it is the Y wave, we could come all the way down here to this box, bounce, go lower, 5-wave move down to 402. So 3 different possibilities. Really, I would just focus on this wave right here. Is it going to hold this area right here? Based on what I see, it does look like more selling could come, because this looks like 5 waves. We only bounced to right here. So I would say ordinarily that this at least has got to go to 424.4. But I think that it's probably going to end up being 5 waves based on this. So if we're lucky, it comes down here and ends up being ABC. But from what I see, it's probably going to sell off more. And yeah, unfortunately, what I talked about in the last video is probably going to get invalidated. So then what I was thinking in the last video too was that we were about to complete 5 waves, but unfortunately we bounced right here and then made new lows. So that makes it more into potential 3rd wave here. So which way is it going to play out? Is this going to end up being WXY down to 4,000, or is it going to end up being just a fifth wave down here to 417.5, that makes a big difference too, because if we go to 417.5, that is, or let's say we fall short of this right here, 419.6, that is the invalidation level for this being a 5-wave move. So again, if this happens, this box invalidates the 5-wave move. So really important next couple of days, maybe like next day, to see what happens. If you're long, you do not want this to hit this box, or else it's going to invalidate the whole move. And it potentially turns this into a third wave too. It could end up being like that as well. So we'll see what happens tomorrow. I don't know which one's going to play out. I would lean towards the downside, but again, I showed this in one of the other videos. I guess the regular chart looks a little bit better. It came basically to the 1.61 fib. So this could easily be, see, like WXY as well. ABC, no, that's not right. No, this right here. That could be that, and we could be starting 5 waves down and come down here. So we'll see what happens tomorrow. Be ready to hedge your portfolio, I guess. If we keep on coming down here, though, the good news is that we should get some relief here soon. If this comes all the way down here to even down to here, 416, then depending on if it's a third wave or if it's a C wave, or if it's wave 1 of the Y wave down, we should get at least a bounce to probably 425, but more likely like 428. So there's a lot of possibilities here and a lot rides on the next couple of days. Are they going to save this? Are they going to save this so we can go to new highs, or are we going to break this right here and go to new lows? Excuse me. I just ate before I did this video. So that is SPX. QQQ is basically the same thing, a little bit different, but let's go over it real quick. So I already have it drawn out. QQQ, if it's going to be 5 waves, that would be wave 1 down, because this one kind of puts it more in perspective. That would have to be wave 1 down. We would bounce and then come down here to 330, which is the 1.61 fib of this. So this would end up being WXY as well. So WXY, we'd be in a third wave, probably a 357 bounce, come down here to like 352 for 353, and then we bounce all the way back up here to probably 365, 363, a little bit higher than we are right now. So yeah, get ready for this potentially. But on QQQ, if it holds 357.7, then it's still a possibility of an ABC move higher. Like that. So which one's going to play out? I don't know right now. Again, it looks like the downside is more likely now, but we will see coming up. Microsoft, I'm just going to do a quick review of these, not that much in depth. This one either made a 5th wave here, or it's making a 4th wave, and it's going to make a 5th wave here probably within the next week or so. It would look like this. So that is Microsoft. That would be the overall C wave there. NVIDIA, very important one. Let's see where it's at. 421. NVIDIA is ready to bounce, in my opinion, I think. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3. Yeah, and NVIDIA might even already be finished. So you can kind of see. I would say, I think NVIDIA is done. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It looks like it's finished to me. So I would say more than likely this is wave 1. We barely held this demand zone that I pointed out, so that's very important. And then we got a pretty big bounce, 421, 418 to 433. We're making a corrective move down. It looks like it's going to go higher from here. So maybe my original prediction will be right. We'll find out in the morning. But that is only wave 1. So you can see where this is going now. We're probably going to come all the way up here to minimum 446. And there is a gap fill at 460, which should not be out of the realm of possibility. That's only the 0.78 fib, basically. So basically, I see NVIDIA coming all the way back up here to minimum 456. That is a $35 gain. That's about a 9% gain from here. But the problem is that's only wave 1. So we're probably going to get another chance to reset this and get all our bearish positions ready to go. But this is probably going to look like this before it's all over, all said and done. So 385, that fills the 395 gap. And then you're looking at something around $350, I would say. Potentially, I don't think it's going to go that far. Maybe it will. There's a gap down here at 317. That would be the ultimate. That would screw most people. But I guess shorts would win pretty hard. So yeah, this has potential to be a very, very big drawdown. It could also turn into an ABC move. Maybe it just comes down here to 385. But all I know is it should be ready to bounce here soon. Back up here to 455, 460. And then after that, I'd look for another drawdown to 385. So that is NVIDIA, Apple. Apple still flagging for that 4th wave. Looking for the 5th wave higher still. And it's the same setup as NVIDIA though. Look at this. I'm looking for this to go just like that. So Apple, let's go over Amazon real quick. Amazon looks to me like it's ready to bounce too. Okay. So honestly, I think that we are probably ready to bounce. So maybe I'll end up being right on that bounce. Tesla, obviously, you saw my video, in-depth count. So what happened here was I covered right here because I told you I was delta neutral right here. I followed this all the way down here. I covered right here. I think that was a 5th wave. And then it was just annoying the rest of the day, just chopping around. It even came down lower. But I don't think that that's a 5-wave move. The only possibility now is that this is an ending diagonal, but that wouldn't make sense because that would have to be a 3rd wave since this was a 1st wave down of an extension. So I think that this is probably a B, and we're going to get a C wave up here tomorrow. is what it looks like to me. If it comes down farther, that would be really surprising to me. I wouldn't expect it to come down much lower now at this point. But the one thing also is that this is definitely going to turn into a corrective move if we do come up here. So then you're looking at the potential of, it's already a third wave here. You're looking at something like this. Same as the other ones. Bounce for like probably the next week or two, and then come down lower. Tesla's probably going down to 185. Maybe could even go lower than that. This bounce will probably only go to 228, maybe at the most 235. So I wasn't lying like a month or two ago when I said there's a very good chance it goes down to 185, 190, and that's exactly what's happening. So we're kind of seeing the beginning stages of what I've been talking about for months now that didn't look like it was going to play out. But I still think that there's a good chance that we bounce here. Just based on all the charts, I think they might screw the bears one more time. Come up here to 4,400 and then come down. And again, that would just mean that we are in the X wave. This would still be coming. So are they going to rug pull on the bears one more time, or is it going to continue down here? Looking at these charts, I'm kind of leaning towards a rug pull on the bears, but it does need to hold right here. So we'll see what happens tomorrow. It is OPEX, monthly OPEX. I went over pretty much all the stocks that I normally do. I didn't go over a few of them, but you get the idea. Tomorrow is a big day. Summary is on SPX. Can we hold 4260, or are we going to come down here and make a 5-wave move lower? If we make a 5-wave move lower right here, that means we're either ending a third wave or we started the Y wave down. So this is the level I'd want to see hold, and we'll see what happens tomorrow. I think that futures were a little bit more red than I would like, but the best case scenario for bulls would be a gap down, maybe 0.5%, and then a big bounce. So either that, if we keep on selling off, then that would not be good. But the thing is, everyone is bearish now. We are setting up for either a huge move in the VIX higher, or it's going to be a big VIX crush over the next week or two into earnings. So I'm leaning towards the upside. We'll see what happens. That's it for now. Leave a comment, like, subscribe for more updates. Catch you in the next video.